You know, now that I've owned a SuperNaked motorcycle now for a while now, and I've owned a Superbike for many years, you know, I can tell you whether you should go with a SuperNaked or a Superbike.
Let's go for a ride. You are watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today. Continue to leave video suggestions, but you may find what you're looking for by visiting my website at CycleCruza.com and click on the menu tab My Videos. And those are a bunch of playlists with all of my videos categorized in them to make it easier for you to navigate through.
This bike is awesome, but man, this thing is this thing gave me a ticket, a speeding ticket, man. I'll tell you guys, 60 and a 30. Oh man, I'll tell you guys, the smaller bikes is where it's at, man. Bang through the gears, they don't go too fast, and you don't have to worry about losing your license. These super bikes, man, can get you into trouble, I tell you, boy, because you're going to want to crank the heck out of the throttle. Hyper boost on! So I'm going to tell you guys, the best bet is to get into dual sport life. That's really the most fun anyhow, man, and the most challenging, and especially when you head off-road. But I'll tell you guys that it's really awesome, you know, owning a Street Fighter / SuperNaked. But I will tell you guys that, honestly, I probably, you know, I would say, I would recommend, for those of you guys that have, like I do, a CBR 1000 RR, and you're thinking about going and getting a, you know, a Street Fighter type of bike. Honestly, if the riding position of the Superbike doesn't bother you and you're used to it like I was, and you just take one hand off of the bars anyhow and you're in an upright seating position, honestly, it's not that big. It's not a big deal at all, man. And if you're like me and you only do, like, you know, 3-4 hour stints out here, it's not a big deal. As you can see right now, I'm taking one hand off the bar as it is. It's just because it's kind of like I'm used to it. I do it without even thinking. But I'll tell you guys that, honestly, there are some benefits to having the Superbike or the Super Sport. First off, they are lighter weight than the Street Fighters most of the time. Like my CBR is stock, I think it's 441 pounds wet stock. I think this thing is like 460 pounds wet or something like that. I think it's about 20 pounds, yeah, it's about 20 pounds heavier than my CBR. Also, the Superbikes, you tend to have more top-end power, as where these bikes are more tuned for the street. But like I said, having all this power on these bikes, even, I'm telling you, even having the power down low in the mid-range is get you into trouble out here, man. But there's a lot of benefits to having the Superbike. You know, the Superbike is really going to be better at the track, what they're meant for. I mean, you could take this to the track, but if you really love a top-end power, you're going to get more top-end power on the super bikes. You know what I'm saying? It's where these bikes are more tuned for the street, which are really awesome. More low-down grunt, a little bit more mid-range maybe. But my CBR 1000 RR got all kinds of mid-range, man. Woo! That quick shifted though, baby. I love it, baby. But honestly, man, the only main reason why I got this bike, guys, is because I wanted to experience the V4 engine. It wasn't all that much about the riding position on the bike, because like I said, I do just fine on my on my CBR with the lower bars. It's not a big deal. You just take one hand off, you're in upright seating position anytime you want to. It's not a big deal, man. Woo! I love that pull. Well, my CBR's got that pull too, baby. Another thing, you know, with the super bikes though, you got more fairings to work with, so when you're working on your bike, that's really a pain in the butt. The CBR 1000 RR is not that bad, but it's still irritating. The 600 RR was more irritating, taking the fairings off. This one is very easy, man. There's hardly anything to it, hence the term naked motorcycles. It does have some fairings a little bit here and there, but they're so easy to take off, it's like nothing. But you know, also an advantage to these SuperNakeds is that they tend to be cheaper on insurance. You know, the Superbikes can be more expensive, like my CBR 1000RR is more expensive than this. It's like $366 a year compared to $300 a year or something like that. $60 cheaper. It's not that big of a difference per year. That's not a deal breaker unless you're a cheapo like me. But I'll tell you guys that if you have a Superbike already, just keep it. You don't really need these bars unless you're having back problems or something. And if you do track days, you're gonna want to have the Superbike anyhow, man. So Superbikes still have their place out here on the streets, you know. And that's why I don't want to get rid of my CBR. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. If I do sell it, I'll probably sell it and get a new 2020 CBR 1000RR or something. I have to have a CBR in my life. I have to say that name, CBR 1000RR. I love saying that, man. And I love the bike though. Honda makes really fantastic bikes. They really do, man. They're 100% reliable. They're fun. And fantastic bikes, man. Fairly inexpensive compared to these Italian bikes like this Aprilia Tuono. But overall, I'm glad I got this bike because I experienced the V4. Power wise, my CBR is nearly as about the same. They run the same quarter mile times, guys. Like I said, you get more bump on the low end on this, but I love my CBR 1000RR. But for those of you guys that want to step up from your current bike, you got a smaller bike and you're thinking about going to the Super Sport or Superbike, either that or getting a Street Fighter type of bike like this, you know, or KTM, you know, 1290 Super Duke R, you know, any of the Street Fighter type of bikes. It's up to you, your preference. If you're going to be doing track days, I would probably say go ahead and get the Superbike. Even if you do a handful of track days, because you know, the lower riding position or lower race position and the higher top end power on the Superbike would be better. You'll probably have a little bit more fun on the track, and especially in the straightaways where you can get on that throttle and just hit the top end, redline it. And when you're on the street, if you're just doing like me, putting around, riding around here, doing about 3-4 hour stint, you can take your bar off like I'm doing anyhow on this Street Fighter. You'll be just fine, man. Like I said, I sit upright on my CBR 1000RR just as easy as I'm doing right now. It's not a big deal. This is a really cool position, though. I like this. It is comfortable. It really is. It's nice. So like I said, it all comes down to your preferences, guys. It's what you know, what you want. You can't go by what I want. Go by what you want, what you think would be great for you. You know, some people, they can't physically get into that lower crotch position. Is very uncomfortable for them because maybe they have lower back issues or whatever. So it would definitely make sense to get the Street Fighter in that case, and I would probably recommend going with maybe the KTM or a bike like that that has a more upright seating position, because this still has like a racy you know, riding position. Even though it's upright and comfortable, it's fantastic. I love it for me, but it may not be great for you if you need 100% upright seating position, just to let you know. But in any case, guys, try all the different bikes. That's my opinion on it. Experience all the different bikes. You know, just enjoy life, live it up. These are all experiences that you know, you're not going to just stick with one bike. You're going to have a bunch of bikes if you love motorcycles like I do. But anyways, you know, share a comment below and let's talk about it, guys. I want to hear your opinion on it. You know, Street Fighter or Superbike, which you think is better for you. But also, for those of you guys who want to get my gear, like this neck brace, keeping me safe out here, my leather jackets, camo pants, boots, helmets, gloves, all my stuff, cameras. I always include links in the description and comment section of my videos, or go to my website at CycleCruza.com and click on the menu tab, My Gear.
Thumbs up, check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Moto.